Hey guys, so I've started the tractor unit on the hett. So I've only done page 1 up to now. So going into this in a bit more detail. So the first parts that I've done are the cross members for the chassis. Starting with these ones here, which is something to do with the brakes up here with that cylinder there. Completing that will end up looking like this. I've done the chassis rails, the cross members, and all the suspension bump stops. From there, you've got the engine pan down here, the oil pan and everything, with drive shaft and everything. I'll come to that shortly. I've got the rear bumper with the lights. I haven't put the photo etch on yet. I've left that off. The other side of the chassis, part of a steering box down here. You got the suspension bump stops going down this side again, and little braces for whatever goes into that. I'm not sure yet. And then we've got the transfer box and everything here, starting at this part, and then it builds up into the transfer box, and then sort of like a sump guard. So that's page 1 complete. As you can see, there's quite a lot going on that already. When it comes to this part here with the oil pan, let's try and get that zoomed in. It shows on, come on, zoom in. There you go. It shows that has a universal joint at the end for the drive shaft. And then it's got another UJ that goes onto the end of it, and then you plug that into the end of the oil pan. What I've found once you've fitted this, as it shows you here, it's easier if you put the whole assembly onto the final drive here first. And then once you've got this part onto the chassis, plug it into the oil pan. Okay. The reason for that is, when you actually look at the completed piece, you might not be able to see it properly, but it is actually kind of at a 20-odd degree angle. So if you put it in the other way around, you might end up snapping the little lugs at the end of the drive shafts here. But this is a completed piece. This is page 1 done. Once it's together, it's actually quite a sturdy chassis. Everything fits snugly. Everything's got its own little place. I can't fault it at the minute. However, the instructions could have been a little bit clearer in some places, particularly on the pieces that go in here. That was a little bit, it's easy once it's together, but again, on the right slot to start with. This bracing bar at the front, I actually found it easier to leave that off until the very end. Once you've got all this glued together and all together, that will just slot on to the little pins. On this side, you've got 2 little pins there and there. It's easier to put it in from the bottom and click it in, rather than following the instructions and trying to put them together how that says. Okay, that's just a little tip that I thought was maybe useful. But so far, very detailed. These are the bump stops for the suspension. Something I have noticed on this side of the chassis, you've got these like little joints, these little braces going all the way down. I'm not sure if it's an error in the instructions or if it isn't on the other side, but the other side doesn't have any. So hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's an error with the instructions is what I'm trying to say. The reason for that is because you get loads of these on the sprues. So I'm not sure. There is little gaps down there. You can't really see it that well, but there are little gaps on the inside on the other side of the chassis where those parts would locate on this side. However, those pieces on here are on here. It's the H17 pieces, so you got 3. You got H17, H17, and H17, which locate on the inside. But when you look at the other side, it doesn't show you the same picture for the other side. but there's no H17s. So that's pretty much where I'm at the minute. I'm going to let this all dry up now. I'll probably have a bash at page 2 later on, maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow. But I thought I'd just give you a quick update. I'd rather do it like this. Complete a page, do a quick video, talk about it, and then go on to the next bit, rather than trying to build it and talk to you at the same time. I'd rather just show you progress that way. If you prefer me building it whilst talking to you, that's fine. Let me know in the comments and I'll do that. But any questions on that so far, then just fire away in the comments below. Cheers guys, and I'll speak to you once I've done page 2.